Holy balls, it's another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. Before we get into it, you should know that this episode is sponsored by no one, but it could be sponsored by you. If you want to, talk to us about that, we've got that Twitters where you can go hit us up over at World1_1 Podcast. You can also and should also find us at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. And from there, you can catch us on all your favorite podcatchers, including Google Podcasts and iTunes Podcasts and Spotify and iHeartRadio, and I think a bunch of others too. So without further ado, I am, as always, your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me this week is Dylan, not the hobo anymore.
Hello.
Zoe.
Sup?
And Joshua Jolly Round LeGrew.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't forget. That's going to stay.
Jolly Round.
I'm
I do have
changing
this.
your name in chat.
I'm very fat now. Yes, so.
It's because you've been doing all that like fancy pants fine dining shit.
Well, the only thing that bothers me is I wasted my skinny years thinking I was fat,
That
I feel that.
And now I'm like, I'm fat now for real. And I'm like, okay, it's all good.
You've given me new outlook. One day I'm gonna just sit there and think I wasted all my fat years thinking I was skinny.
Yeah, you go. I think it's an ebb and flow of life. You go from skinny to fat to skinny again, and then you're on the downward trajectory when you go to skinny the second time.
Jesus. So, all right. So, now that we've covered all the fun stuff, let's get over to oh my God, video games. Dylan, what on God's green earth have you been playing? Because you haven't been with us in, I think, the longest.
Demon Souls on PS5. I played some of the Halo Infinite
Flight.
Yeah. Which was surprisingly good. Honestly, better than I expected, but less fun because I wasn't playing with friends. Like I was solo
bots.
queuing.
Yeah. How were the bots, by the way?
The bots actually were good, and they got progressively harder through the flight.
They said they were going to do that. Yeah, they were going to ramp them up.
Let's see. Ratchet and Clank. And Returnal, which I fucking hate that game, and I love that game at the same time.
A friend of mine said that same thing. I do too. A friend of mine said that about that game. Like, it's the hardest game, and it sucks, but he just can't stop playing it.
Yeah, like, fuck that game in a lot of ways. It's like the worst game I've ever played. And then it's also like
the best.
It's a lot of fun. Like, it's
Yeah.
a lot of like fun, but it's just like you just have to go into it like never really taking it too seriously, I think, is the way to play that game. Otherwise, you'll break your fucking $80 PS5 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, I've just been playing a lot of PS5 games and like some old games that have been up-res for PS5, like The Last of Us 2, God of War, the new Madden, or well, I guess it's not the new Madden, but Madden. So yeah.
Yeah, new Madden is supposed to be out this month, isn't it? It's always August, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying that's what I thought I remembered back when I
and
worked at the old video
Unite.
game shop.
Pokemon Unite. I started playing that the other day, and that's
Yeah,
pretty
how
fun.
is that? Sterling had some shit to say about that yesterday.
I think if you just enjoy it for it being like a Pokemon MOBA and don't get into like because you can play that game and have fun without ever spending a dime. If you start to get like competitive with it, like you might be tempted to purchase some shit with money. But really, I mean, it's just skins. There are power-ups that you can buy with like in-game currency, which I don't really have a problem with. Like whatever, if you can grind it out and you can't purchase it, I had no problem with that. But as far as like gameplay goes, it's a lot of fun. I was shitting on kids with Lucario. I thought it was hilarious. But I also have I have played a lot of MOBAs. So like Smite is my jam. And it felt good to play like what I can only assume are like noobs at MOBAs. Like they're like, oh, Pokemon game. But really it's like, hey, you gotta watch your lane and like jungle shit. So it's definitely a MOBA. And like it's just fun shitting on people. Like I have not played a game in a long time where I'm better than children. It felt good to beat on some kids, dude.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's something you're not supposed to tell us. You're just supposed to have that in your mind.
Though. Kids have a lot more fucking time on their hands.
They do.
Get good at games. Like,
That's true. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
like Halo makes me sad a little bit because there was one point where I used to play Halo semi-professionally. Like I won an Xbox. I used to make money playing it, but I was 15 from 15 to 17, I played and made money playing Halo. You know, I was nationally ranked, and now I'm getting teabagged by little Johnny, you know, in a capture the flag match, and I don't even know what I did wrong. You know, it's just they don't. I'm old. I'm old.
Dylan was in esports apparently. Josh, I think maybe he's perfect for that idea we talked about.
Yeah.
That was a long time
I feel like there's a sound idea there, actually.
Probably.
A long
It's always
time
a
ago.
sound idea. Do we just want to keep going with it? That's the whole thing here, you know.
I'm just imagining the opening is like a chiptune version of, you know, da 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 da.
Jesus.
No, you two didn't hear. Josh and I were talking earlier today. I'm like, all right, so hear me out, bro. Content idea, like sports night, but esports.
Yeah. Like Sports Center.
Yeah, there you go. Sports Center. That's
Yeah.
the fucking show I can come up with.
Okay, no offense, but like, I do not like watching. I would rather watch actual football than people play a football video game. Like,
Well,
no.
the great thing
Esports
about
is not
esports is
necessarily like a
it's
sports game.
there's a
It's-
wide variety of
Yeah.
esports.
Okay.
It's a
Anything
fighting.
is
It's a
monetarily
fighting game.
competitive.
It's- Yeah.
Rocket League's
Okay.
big,
My
League-
favorite
League of
esports
Legends.
to watch is StarCraft. Like it is
Yeah.
fucking
They're playing
brutal.
a different game. They're playing a different game than we play.
Oh, dude.
Right.
I love watching. I'm like, I will never.
Or even Call of Duty. Like I don't like Call of Duty that much, but when I watch professionals play Call of Duty, I'm like, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's like
Man,
not even the
fuck-
game I pick up.
That's
Fucking
yeah.
competitive Rocket League is a ball to watch.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah. Competitive Rocket Leagues.
Oh, hell yeah. I will
Halo's
forever
not
love the
really
drop shot mode on
the
Rocket League.
esports circuit though. Like
That's so weird to me.
they've tried to get into that space, but I think
Yeah.
just the bones of Halo just aren't meant. It's a more casual shooter. It just is. It's definitely got a degree of difficulty to it, and there's definitely different skill sets and skill levels. But
Yeah.
to have a like pro team, I don't know. Maybe it could work. I think Halo 5 would have been the one to do it. That was the most team based Halo in my opinion. The most tactical, the most like you could call shit out and actually play that game like a
Yeah.
arena shooter. So I'll be interested to see what they do with, because it feels like that's what they're doing, but expanded in Infinite, which I'm actually on board with. I'm cool with that. I'll never be that good at it, but I'm on board with it. I got teabagged by a robot.
You know, if we didn't have that whole great bit about taking a shit in public earlier, that would have been just snipped out for pre-roll right there.
Jesus.
But no, I mean, like I said, esports is a year-round thing. There's so many different, games in that running, and so many different. I'm like, there's an idea to be had there.
Yeah, I think
Right.
a sports center for esports would be great. I don't know that doesn't exist, but I think that it would be a cool like highlights of the week kind of thing.
Yeah, you could hear, you get a couple of people, commentating about all the fucking shit going on, and
I'm surprised ESPN's not already on that.
They do some esports on ESPN.
They do, yeah. That's what I'm saying. ESPN too, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
But not all the time.
We have an esports arena here in town.
Did not know that. No.
Yeah, they repurposed like a huge wing of the Century Center into a dedicated esports arena. So there's one here in town.
Like usually they're just pulling hotel or whatever and
yeah, no,
like
not
down
this.
here. Like down here they go to Orlando a lot because they'll go to like the Marriott and they'll have like 10,000 person conference center. That just
right.
How badass would it be for them to do it in like a Wrigley Field or like a baseball stadium? Like run all the fucking cables out, set the lights, have like people in the stands.
Oh fuck,
that would be cool.
I feel like it'd fit better in a football stadium than a baseball diamond.
Yeah, I think either way would work. I mean,
If
baseball,
completely
baseball, you're definitely closer to the field, even in the shit seats. Like, I've been to football games, and the shit seats at football games, the people look like fucking Techno Bowl. Like
hockey arena. There we go.
Oh yeah, hockey arena.
Plus
basketball.
It's indoor and climate controlled.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
So, or a basketball court, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like hockey arena just because then you got the whole sheet of plexiglass around to make sure nobody catches a stray keyboard. So, fuck. LeGrew, what have you been playing?
Been playing still Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and I've been dabbling in the Ascent, which this is my weekly PSA. If you haven't played the Ascent and you got Game Pass, there's absolutely no reason not to. It's on there. So
ooh, I'm going to go download that right now.
It's kind of a good game, but the problem is there is a real problem with it when you hit about a little more than a third way through, like halfway through. If you're playing single player, it gets ridiculously hard. There's no scaling. It goes from like very easy to complete to like not even fun hard until you get like a co-op partner. And once you get a co-op partner, then it makes total sense. And there's no scaling involved. And that's the problem. So they do need to patch some stuff and they need to fix, but only 3 people are making that game. And for only 3 people making it, it's pretty freaking awesome. So.
Okay. Anything else good?
Dabbling in a couple other things, but not really anything worth talking about. I just downloaded a couple of other games, and I'm kind of going back to some of the stuff that I wanted to clean up, like Control DLC and stuff like that. But I haven't really delved into anything else.
Okay. Oh, you'll appreciate this because I know you enjoyed it like I did too. Shout out to one of our peeps over on Twitter, Primal Darkrai. He actually, on my recommendation, we've been talking periodically on Twitter Spaces. He picked up a robot named Fight, and I was just talking to him earlier this afternoon. He's like, "Holy shit! How did I not know about this? It's so good."
That's the whole thing about that game. It is awesome. And if people don't know it's there, they're just not going to play it. So
yeah, no, that's like, God, I can't wait.
I did get back. I did
box.
Yeah, I did get back into that a little bit after I was on, because I was on a plane and flying around. I just take my Switch with me and just start playing. But I kind of put it down for the last week or so. But I want to get back into that again too. It's just a good game.
Oh hell yeah! So, which on a related note, then Zoe, what have you been playing? I know some of what you've been playing, but
I haven't played like anything.
You were playing in the car last night.
Okay, I guess for like the 15 minutes it was in my hand, I was playing Super Metroid, but then quickly got frustrated because I didn't know where the hell I was going. and I gave up.
It sounds like a
So-
Metroid game. Yeah.
That sounds like a Metroid game.
Yeah. Yep.
Part of my frustration with Metroid games.
He was like, that's part of the fun, just kind of getting lost in it. I'm like, no, it's pissing me off because I don't know what my objective is. I don't know where my objective is. I'm just running around aimlessly getting killed by these minor fucking little alien things
Yeah.
and
That
falling
sounds like a
into
Metroid game.
lava.
Yep.
And I'm just like, this is just frustrating because I keep like almost dying on bullshit. I'd rather, because I was looking for Crockemeyer, but I couldn't remember where the fuck he was. And so I couldn't get back to him. And then I was just like, fuck it. I literally ran. I was in Norfair, and I swear I rescanned every inch of that motherfucker. And I'm like, where the hell is he? I don't remember. And I just kept running around in circles, so I rage quit. And so that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
So I will bridge from yours to mine with something that we did together. It's not quite playing, but we did collectively kind of enjoy the shit out of it on the drive back from Michigan City. I was putting on music, and I dug up on YouTube Music the Smashing Live album, and it was her first time hearing it. And you know, I'm gonna say I think you'll probably agree with me after hearing it. Holy shit, the trumpet is like the fucking star of that whole thing.
Cat! Sorry.
I'd ask what that idiot did, but I'm sure he did something dumb.
He is playing with a ball, but it rolled next to my foot, so he went to go get the ball, but he like attacked my foot, but I didn't see it initially, so I was like, the fuck?
But yeah, if you want to hear something hella dope though, like a baller Trump solo, go look up the Smashing Live album and go forward to the F-Zero section.
Okay, I swear it sounded like a trombone and not a trumpet. I need to watch them do it live so I can figure out what instrument that was, because I swear it sounded
I don't
like
know
a
if
trombone.
there's footage of it, but I don't know. To me, it sounds trumpet, but with the mute in a little bit. So, but that's just me. You could be right, but man, that horn was hella good.
It was.
So, but anyways, I've been dabbling with a couple of things. I've pissed around with another couple of runs through Slay the Spire. What else? I've been pissing around periodically with Race the Sun again as well.
Oh, really? Okay, you're
yeah,
getting back into that, huh?
A touch, and I'm still upset that it's not on my Switch. I'm like,
you playing
why?
You playing the Xbox version or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just want it on my Switch, and it doesn't exist on Switch, and I don't understand why. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I have no idea. They just didn't port it over.
It's so fucking weird to me. Because I mean, there's no good reason that it can't run. But yeah, there was that. I actually did boot up Rocket League for a couple of rounds in the last week too. Like I said, as much fun, and I got into Rocket League, you know, playing Rocket League like the base soccer mode. But man, I can't tell you how much I love Drop Shot on Rocket League. Like, that is my favorite fucking mode to play. That's just a ton of fucking cool to me. And, you know, there's never a reason not to play Rocket League since it's literally free on everything now.
Right.
So, I mean, I remember paying money for a physical cartridge when it came out on Switch, and I'm not even mad about it. But it's like, it's fucking free. There's go play Rocket League. That's a perfect, 5 minutes of gaming. So, trying to think what else, if anything, have I been playing. I keep staring at it and thinking I'm gonna pick up my 3DS again and play through Samus Returns, but I haven't gotten there.
I look at my 3DS a lot, Larry, and I'm like, oh, I want to play that again, and then I'm like, no. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna
I don't
boot it
know.
up because I'm gonna play through Samus Returns one
I
more
think with
time
mine, I
before
got to
Octo.
charge it, so I got to find the charging cable, and now I'm just kind of like, do I really want to find that cable?
Hmm.
You know, or
I
can
know where
find it?
mine is. So, dude, did you guys see how fucking high the price on 3DS hardware is spiked?
Yep, $400 for that
What's it-
Metroid one we got, Larry.
Yeah, no, it's like 450 last I saw.
Yeah, I said like
It's
four.
fucking absurd.
It's gonna
Shit.
and prices of retro games are coming and retro systems are coming back down a little bit.
It's
Because
shifting.
yeah, because everyone got out now and their supply is
I've got like
increasing.
three 3DSs.
3DSs though are like, yeah, I mean you can easily get $200 for them now.
I got a
Man.
Pokemon one, the Lunala one.
Yeah, you might want to check the price on that, dude.
Yeah,
You
you
could
might
probably
be
turn a pretty
surprised.
penny.
You might be surprised.
I got
Yeah.
it for
Like-
$80 off of Facebook.
You probably
Yeah,
get
bro,
like 400 for it now.
Dude, I
Three to-
would sell
no,
that thing in a
seriously, 3 to
heartbeat.
4. I'm serious.
Seriously. Absolutely serious.
Fuck this shit. We're looking it up for you right now.
Yeah,
let's see what's on eBay. Shit. Because now I want to know. Because most of the special
250.
editions are north of like
Are
3.
Way high. Yep.
What version was it?
The Lunala 3DS, the purple.
Lunala. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing.
F319.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 250. I'm seeing one for like 360, 420. It's all over the fucking place. But yeah, I mean, you'll get north of your $200 out of it, man. So you'll turn a solid profit even at like 250 for what you
Like
paid
a
for it.
good rule of thumb with eBay is I always look at sold listings, and then personally I just take 20% off the top of that, and that's usually what you can like at
Like I said, I
reasonably.
paid $80 for it on Facebook Marketplace like 4 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I got that in like 12 games with it, and I was like sold.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So, but anyways,
Good.
I think that covers most of it. I know I've got a game that should be on its way in the mail. Ordered from not KO. The new one from the guys that did Graceful Explosion Machine, and I'm blanking on the title now.
Oh, the one. Yeah.
Yeah, Super Crush KO or whatever the hell
Yeah.
it was.
Yep.
Because that looked hella dope and up my alley. So, and since that was from Super Rare, that should be shipping soon because their shit's in hand before they go on sale. So,
Yep. It is super cool. Yep.
Yeah, like you said, I adored Graceful Explosion Machine when it came out, and this kind of thing's my jam. So knowing that they kept kind of the same visual aesthetic and just applied it to a different genre gets me excited. It kind of gives me Bit Trip vibes in that sense, where it's one publisher that's keeping like a running theme through a series of games, but each installment is a different genre. So just without a connected storyline is all.
Okay.
But so that gets me hype. And man, if the music is anywhere near as good as Graceful Explosion Machine was, ooh, should be in for a treat. So, but yeah, which actually speaking of that, since that's what I've been playing, let's take a moment, hit the pause. We're gonna check in with Hard Copy Hounds for the Hard Copy Hounds report right after the break. Welcome to Hard Copy Hounds, powered by World 1-1 and sponsored by Premium Edition Games and their upcoming Series 3 release, Cathedral. Let's get into the Hard Copy Hounds report. Starting off this week, we're taking a look at limited run games that currently has available Tailgater for the Game Boy on open pre-order till August 8th, along with Shantae Risky's Revenge for the PlayStation 5 in an open pre-order till August 8th as well. Ruby Grim Eclipse on the Switch is in open pre-order until August 15th, along with Infliction Extended Cut for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, both in open pre-order till August 22nd. Outbreak Collection on the PlayStation 4 is available in an open pre-order through August 15th, and Little Witch Academia VR Broom Racing is available for the PlayStation VR in an open pre-order through August 15th. Looking next at Alphadia for the Genesis, Alphadia Genesis for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 is available in an open pre-order through August 22nd. And Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle, there's a mouthful if ever there was one, for the Switch is available in an open pre-order that goes live on August 13th and runs through September 12th. And rounding out limited run games numbered collection is Super Meat Boy Forever and Super Meat Boy, both for the Switch and PlayStation 4, available in an open pre-order through August 29th. Moving down the line, we're taking a look at limited run games distribution line that currently has available Shadows of Adam for the Switch and PlayStation 4, the Falconeer Warrior Edition for Switch, PS4, and PS5, Victor Vran Overkill Edition on Switch and PS4, Going Under for the Switch and PlayStation 4 is in pre-order through August 22nd. Death End Request for the Switch is currently in hand, along with Hyperlight Drifter for the Switch in hand as well. Harvest Moon One World for the Switch is currently in an open pre-order, and Billion Road on the Switch is in hand and ready to ship. Holy Potatoes Compendium for the Switch is also in hand, along with Regions of Ruin for the Switch is in hand as well. We're looking next at Super Epic The Entertainment War for both the Switch and the PlayStation 4 are in hand and ready to ship upon order. Last couple in the distribution line, Arc of Alchemist for the Switch, Thea the Awakening for the Switch, Mercenary Wings for PlayStation 4, all in hand and ready to ship. New to the distribution lineup this week from Limited Run Games is Where the Water Tastes Like Wine for both Switch and PlayStation 4. We're also looking at Dark Complete Edition for Switch and PS4 and Dragon Star Varnier for the Switch. And that's going to round out Limited Run Games on the Hard Copy Hounds report. So we're going to move down the list to superraregames.com, where you can currently pick up your copy of Super Crush KO, currently only available in the triple pack that features 3 releases, 2 of which are currently named, the newest of which is Littlewood for the Switch, which goes on sale independently as well on August 5th. Last day of June for the Switch, the Mipumi collection on Switch, Unrailed for Switch, Ida on Switch, which is currently running a low stock alert, along with Yes Your Grace for the Switch in low stock, Monster Prom XXL for the Switch, Old School Musical on the Switch has a low stock alert, just to give you a heads up. Little Inferno for the Switch is also currently running a low stock alert, along with Smoke and Sacrifice for the Switch, also on a low stock alert. So last chance to grab those up, get them while the getting's good. And like I said earlier, just a moment ago, Littlewood for the Switch goes on sale August 5th. From superraregames.com. Sliding down the line, we're going to take a look at Special Reserve Games, who currently has available Demon Throttle for the Switch on an open pre-order through October 13th, Broforce for the Switch and PlayStation 4 on open pre-order through August 31st, Piku Niku for the Switch and Heave Ho for the Switch, also both available for purchase at Special Reserve Games. Moving on down, we're going to take a quick peek at our sponsor, Premium Edition Games, that currently has both Super Blood Hockey for the Switch along with the Pigeon Dev Games Collection for the Switch, both running low stock, so last chance to grab those up as well. Get them while they're hot. And next in line here, we have Strictly Limited Games that currently has listed for pre-order or purchase Rolling Gunner plus Overpower for Switch on PS4 is currently in pre-order. Star Hunter DX and Space Moth Lunar Edition for PlayStation 4 is available for pre-order with a low stock alert. Spelunker HD on the Switch and PlayStation 4 are in pre-order. Speed Limit for the Switch and PS4 in pre-order. Actually, looking at Strictly Limited, we're going to make this real easy. Everything is listing in pre-order, so we're just going to bulk that notification right there. After Splunker HD Deluxe on the Switch and PS4, we're looking at Speed Limit for the Switch and PS4, Clockwork Aquario for Switch and PlayStation 4, Last Labyrinth on PlayStation 4, Bubble Bobble for Friends, The Baron is back on both Switch and PlayStation 4, Darius Extra version, Genesis and Mega Drive editions are also available for purchase and pre-order. A Magical High School Girl on Switch is available for pre-order with a low stock alert. The Darius Cosmic Revelation on Switch and PlayStation 4. Turrican Anthology Volume 1 for Switch and PS4, along with Turrican Anthology Volume 2 for Switch and PS4. Next in the Turrican family here, we're looking at Mega Turrican Director's Cut for the Genesis and Mega Drive, depending on which side of the pond you live. And Super Turrican 1 and Super Turrican 2, each available separately for the SNES or Super Famicom, depending on which side of the ocean you live. Space Invaders Invincible Collection is available for the Switch. Pressure Overdrive for Switch and PlayStation 4. No Heroes Here on PlayStation 4. Coffee Talk for the PS4. Darius Cosmic Collection for the PlayStation 4. Lode Runner Legacy for the Switch and PlayStation 4, and Necrosphere Deluxe on PlayStation 4 with a low stock alert. Also available from Strictly Limited Games Partner Store, you can pre-order your copies of Connect Tank on Switch and PS4, Star Renegades for Switch and PS4, Witch Spring 3 Refine for the Switch, Wonder Boy Asha in Monster World for Switch and PlayStation 4, Cotton Reboot on the Switch and PlayStation 4, along with Root Double for the Switch, Yeast Origin on Switch and PlayStation 4, Crosscode for the PS4, Umihara Kawasa Bazooka on Switch and PlayStation 4. I don't think I'll ever be able to say that nearly as fast as I feel like I should. That is a mouthful. And we're going to move right on down to im8bit.com that currently has Mutazione for the Switch and PS4, Disco Elysium Final Cut Collector's Edition for the PlayStation 5. The Ori Collector's Edition on Switch has been dropped from waitlist and is now back available as an open pre-order. So if you missed that the first time around last year, this time of year, now's your chance to get back in on that. Manifold Garden for the Switch and PlayStation 5, Etherborn for Switch and PlayStation 4, Cardo and Spinch both on the Switch, along with Grindstone for the Switch, Res Infinite Eco Forward Edition for the PlayStation 4, The Pathless on PS5, the Annapurna Deluxe Edition on PlayStation 4, Untitled Goose Game on Switch and PS4, Wadham and Inside both for the PlayStation 4, Gone Home on Switch, and Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo. Dropping down the list here, we're looking at Alex, with Signature Edition games, we're looking at Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX for the Switch, PS4, PS5, and Xbox One. Yonder on the Switch, PS4, and PS5. The PlayStation 5 is currently running as a pre-order with the Switch and PS4 editions in hand ready to ship. Hellpoint on Switch and PlayStation 4, Spirit of the North for Switch, PS4, and PS5, Cloudpunk on Switch, Xbox and PC, Dead Cells for the Switch and PlayStation 4, Streets of Rage 4 on Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC, along with Children of Morta, also for Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC, Northgard on Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox, Bomber Crew for the Switch and PlayStation 4, For the King for Switch and PS4, and Bounty Battle on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Valfaris is still available for pickup on the Switch, along with Vaporum on the Switch as well. You can also grab your copy of House Flipper for Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, right alongside Sparklight for the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Dungeon of the Endless is also available from Signature Edition games on the Switch and PlayStation 4, where you can also grab your copy of 30-in-1 Game Collection for the Switch and Instant Sports Summer Games for the Switch as well. Moonlighter is still available to grab for the PlayStation 4, and Unbox Newbie's Adventure for the PlayStation 4. Last couple to round out Signature Edition games, we've got Stranded Sails for the Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, The Long Reach and Darkest Dungeon, along with Riot, Civil Unrest, Candle, Brawlout, Hero Defense, Runbow, Oh, nope. Stopping it, Hero Defense. All of those available only for PS4. Runbow is still available for Switch and PS4, and Terraria on the PC. And we're taking a look at East Asia Soft, which is partnered with PlayAsia.com for the physical copies of the East Asia Soft games. We're going to take a look and start off with Seabed on the Switch, Trigger Witch for Switch and PlayStation 5, currently in pre-order. Rainbow Skies for PlayStation 4 and PS Vita. Rainbow Moon for PS4 and PS Vita as well. Alchemic Jousts on the PlayStation 4. Rive for PS4, Semispheres on PS4 and PS Vita, Tachyon Project for the PS4 and PS Vita as well, Caveman Warriors on PlayStation 4, Vesta for the PS4, Bleed and Bleed 2 comboed together for PS4, on Epic on PlayStation 4, Xmorph Defense, Black Sea Odyssey, and Devious Dungeon, all available for the PlayStation 4 as well. Leap of Fate on PS4, Fall of Light Darkest Edition for the PS4, and every time I see it, it makes me cringe, and you're probably cringing too, but we're covering it anyways. You can grab your copy of Panty Party Perfect Body for the Switch, Murder by Numbers on the Switch, Morio Crystal H, If My Heart Had Wings, and Distraint Collection, all available on the Switch from East Asia Soft and sold and made available through PlayAsia.com. And rounding out the Hard Copy Hounds report this week, we're taking a look at Fangamer, where you can currently pre-order, in an open pre-order, your copy of Bugsnax for both the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. You can also grab your copy of Later Alligator on the Switch, along with Stardew Valley for the Switch. Hollow Knight still available for Switch and PlayStation 4. Undertale available on Switch and PS4 as well. Slime Rancher, where you can grab a copy for either your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One. Spelunky on the PlayStation 4, and Hyperspace Outlaw for the Switch is currently in an open pre-order. And that's going to round out the Hard Copy Hounds report for the week. And thank you again to our sponsor, Premium Edition Games, getting ready for their upcoming Series 3 release, Cathedral. And we'll leave you with a last little nugget. As always, fuck the scalpers. And we're back with the third half of the episode. This week, we're going to take a deep dive into the complexities of boycotting and affecting change in non-cut and dry situations, such as the one that's currently making waves through the industry with Activision Blizzard, with allegations, lawsuits, we'll call them resignations. I don't know how much of that I believe yet either, but with Activision Blizzard. So, and we're not talking, this isn't going to center specifically on Activision Blizzard, but it's kind of the catalyst for this conversation. So if you're looking for all the exact latest on what's happening with that, this is not quite the convo, but it does relate in a larger sense. So just, a forewarning to anyone listening. There are definitely other outlets where if you're looking to get caught up on that, you should check out, a quick Google search will help get you caught up real quick on all the latest. But we wanted to kind of take a more long view on the topic tonight. So let's jump in with just kind of a quick recap of how we got to where we are, and looking at some responses from there and kind of what brought about this conversation tonight. So, and if I'm missing some details in this, because I know, Josh, you've probably been keeping up at least moderately with this.
Yeah,
Dylan,
moderately.
I don't know how much you have or haven't, and Zoe, I know what you know on the subject as well. But lots of whistleblowing going on, coming from Activision Blizzard, very specifically of recent. The Blizzard side is where this is all kind of hit a tipping point, and on sexual misconduct and abuse in the workplace. Lot of not okay workplace culture happening, and it's been kind of a rampant known secret for several years at this point.
I guess.
Yeah, of sorts.
Kind of weird because like a lot of people, it seems like it was kind of like an open secret in the industry. Like if you were in the industry, you kind of knew about it.
Yeah.
But even like Jason Schreier, like today said, "Oh yeah, I knew about this stuff."
Right.
That
And
just
so-
makes it worse.
It does make it worse.
Activision Blizzard is the Harvey Weinstein of the gaming industry.
What makes it about? I mean, like obviously this is not okay in any form, but like what makes that worse is like when Jason said that, like why wouldn't he have gone to somebody and said like, "Hey man, people are talking to me," you know?
Right. Like why weren't you reporting on this sooner if you fucking knew? But
Or
you
even
know.
not reporting on it, but just going to like Activision Blizzard saying, "Look, this stuff I'm hearing this. Is any of this true?" You know?
Right. So, but in any case, so today we saw a couple of resignations, including the president of Blizzard, and I believe it's Activision's like global head of PR or HR rather, not PR. Hey, what up?
Whoa.
Hi.
So, there we go. For those in the audio only version of the show, Eddie just dropped in on us. So you're just in time for the third half of the show. We were just kind of recapping a little bit about
Third
what's going
half?
on. Yeah. So I said what I said. I've always said what I said.
Oh,
So,
Eddie.
But
See you, man.
Hey.
so there's been a couple of resignations as in the last 24 hours that have kind of brought us here. Also, last week, Sterling did his weekly Jimquisition on just kind of the whole, burn it all to the ground because there's no fixing this shit take on it. And it got me thinking. I'm like, it's something you don't really hear anybody call for much either, but it's like, the used to be like one of the regularly called for, actions when this kind of thing came up was, boycotting a company and their product financially. And, it kind of got me thinking, one, it's a little weird that that's gone to the wayside. And two, even if it was, being called for now, I don't know how easy it is to do that even with a clean conscience, because it's like, okay, you want to hurt the company financially to make them fix their fucking shit, but at the same time, how many people are going to get caught up in that net too, getting hurt that simply work there, that may or may not have had anything to do with what's happened. And it's like, at what point is that too great of a side effect, or an unintended consequence here to those that, are just looking to do their job and don't have anything to do with this. And it's like, yeah, we know we want this to change too, but you're hurting us. And, it's kind of got me thinking, what's the right way for the, for the general population of the gaming community to take its stand on the subject and force change all the way to the top, which is high as this issue goes there. So,
Well, I think it's up to the employees more than it is up to the consumers. Like, yeah, you can boycott a game or a company or whatever. Like, look, here's the honest truth about Blizzard Activision is that, there's millions of people that play their games. Call of Duty, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, that don't even pay attention to news like this, that don't even know that this is even going on, because they don't care. As long as they get their fucking 360 no scopes.
Yeah, they're Diablo 2,
Yeah,
they don't care.
it's irrelevant to them.
I will chime in real quick. It appears, from what I've been seeing, the World of Warcraft community especially has really kind of gotten on board
the
with,
World of Warcraft community
which
is
props
more
to them
tapped
for
in,
that.
I think, to the ongoing Blizzard stuff because I mean that's the community that's been there probably the longest. I mean,
Yeah.
World of Warcraft's
Yeah.
been around for 20 plus years, and it's a strong community that ebbs and flows. I mean, it's a very dynamic community.
Yeah.
That being said, I would still say the majority of Activision Blizzard players are not World of Warcraft players. You've got a lot of Call of Duty bros. You got some Diablo players. You've got some Overwatch. It's a very mixed dynamic kind of thing, and I seen on Twitter a boycott day, which I think makes sense. I think permanent boycott doesn't make sense because it's not going to work. It's just not going. There's no way you can get everybody to not play these games. They're excellent games, and developers put a lot of work in. To your earlier point, not everybody's a shitbag at Blizzard. There is a shit culture, obviously, that has been known, but I think that really leaves it up to the employees. There is, I think, especially in the gaming community and in developers, I know we're kind of in America an anti-union kind of place, but they are the people making the games. They have more power than really the company does. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of people that are eager to make those games and might have the skill set, but I guarantee if, employees start walking out and they band up, change will happen. And I think that's kind of been evident. I think today they did a walkout, or yesterday they did a walkout.
I think yesterday, no,
2 days ago. Right?
yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, if enough of them, the workers band together, they're not gonna fire all of them. They're just not.
Well, it just doesn't make sense either. These people are the people that make their games. It's not like Amazon and warehouse workers. That's a general labor. That is a labor that
These are
is
specialized
easily-
workers.
Exactly. These are
Yeah.
people that have busted ass and got to that spot. It's not necessarily easy to replace.
Right.
I think if it's really going to hurt Activision Blizzard, it's going to hurt them if Microsoft and Sony take their games off their systems to sell their digital thing. Regardless of how we look at Cyberpunk or how that did, we seen what happens when they took that game off how Sony took that game off their system and how it hurt CD Projekt Red in the end. If Sony did that to Sony and Microsoft did that to Activision Blizzard, they're in trouble.
And they're not going to.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't see the way that they're going to. The only reason why Sony took it off of took Cyberpunk was because it was broken. It did not.
Yeah.
But
these
I
games
think
played, they make Sony money, they make Microsoft money. There's no reason for them to take it off their platform on a business end.
As taking it off to stand against for what's going on. We're not going to, just because people are not buying your games, we're going to make sure that you guys do not profit off of the way that you're treating your employees. So we're going to take it off. Once you get this resolved, then we'll put your games back on our service. Yes, Sony and Microsoft might not make no money for them, but if you're going to stand in solidarity with the people, then take their games off. I'm not saying take it off. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say it should, and he's saying just take it off digitally. Anyone that has bought a physical copy, it's still there. If you've already bought it.
Digital.
Yeah, what if you already bought it digital?
You can still play it. Then you can still play it. It just stops anyone. It stops them from further profiting off their game. And part of me is like, even if they, how they did like you said, a day boycott, it's just to show y'all need to fix your shit before we do something serious. Well, if they took it down for 3 days.
Do you think that's
But they did do.
There's consoles like the PS5 that doesn't have a disc version. That maybe you were saving up your money to buy Call of Duty or fucking Diablo or whatever, and now that person can't buy that game. I don't necessarily think that that's a solution that helps.
It's just to show them that we are going to stand with your employees because of the way that you treat them. Yes, if you're probably not going to be buying Cold War at this time. Since that game has been
Why
out.
not? I bought it yesterday on PlayStation. You know?
But I'm like, you are a very rare case. People who bought that game has bought it when it came out. I'm just saying.
But more and more people. I'm saying, like, I understand what you're saying, but more and more people are getting their hands on next gen consoles. They're slowly coming through. Not all next gen consoles have a disc drive, so as you buy a next gen console, like I want the PS5 version of this game,
Right.
you know, because it's next gen. You know, like why have a next gen console if I can't play next gen games? You know, so
there'd still be a way to do it. You could still go on Amazon and order a digital code for it and just input it.
But not on PlayStation.
Not on PlayStation.
Not on PlayStation.
You have
really?
to buy you have
PlayStation,
to buy the
doesn't. They don't sell their
and then
digital.
buy it from the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Store.
They don't
and that's
sell their
why
digital
I
codes
said
anymore.
they could make you not being able to buy it last like 2 days.
Yeah,
That
and
doesn't super
that would make
inconvenience
sense.
you.
Like,
It's
if you're gonna do
it's a
like
show of force.
yeah.
Saying like
Well,
we're
they
not
did
okay
boycott-
with this.
They did get a response because Activision stock dropped 10%.
I bought some of those.
They got a response. I mean, they got a response.
No, you didn't.
I did. I mean, look, they went fucking way down. I was like, I will purchase these as they are down, and then I will sell them when they are high.
I kind of
Dylan's over there by the
I've
disc.
done that too. That too.
I kind of just feel like with the Activision and Blizzard thing that I kind of want to see how things play out. I kind of want to see what the state of California is going to do.
See, this is my problem with I don't think the government needs to get involved in this. Like, look, as a prosecutor, like if there's like an actual legal thing, absolutely. But like telling a company like intervening because of allegations, I think is a scary move.
That's not why they're intervening though. Like
they did an investigation of
that
I'm fine with.
So
I'm just saying I'm not okay with like saying like, hey, the state of California gets to dictate, you know, how this company like resumes business in the future. I think that's a very like shaky ground to stand on.
Well, for us, yes, but California has different laws, and like they can be more activist in their laws.
And this is the first time we see something actually happen out of this.
Yeah.
Every time there has been reports of bad behavior and unfair treatment from developers, it has never included a court
I
case.
absolutely think but again, I think this goes back to the workers. I think the workers have to, unionize or stand together like on because they are what makes those games. It's not the company, it's the labor. It's the people that actually make the product. And at the end of the day, they're the valuable ones to the company. Like, shareholders are great, fucking leadership's great, but if you don't have workers, you're fucked.
But when it's a court case like this, I don't think it's in the hands of the workers. It's in the hand of the state of California. So that's why I want to see what happens to this, because we've never seen anything like this. We've mostly, if something like this happened, the company would change and work whatever they did. We've never seen anything but the court case. Once that thing goes into court, it's in somebody's hands. They're not going after the employees, of course. They're trying to, get their rights and benefits and everything. They're going off of management.
But I'm not saying specifically. I'm saying in general, not specifically this case, because yes, this is going to matter for a legal sense and a precedent.
And I think out of this, it's going to change the behavior of a lot of companies. A lot of people just like gamers are watching this. A lot of companies are watching this. A lot of HR people are watching this, because if more stuff pop off like this, where people could go to the state where they could sue it, it's going to change gaming. It's going to change the industry.
But they might also just leave the state of California.
Yeah.
But okay, so
the talent's there, Dylan, and that's like
sure, but like also,
I'm sorry,
just relocate those people to wherever. Like look at a lot of companies went from during coronavirus because California was so strict on its coronavirus shit, a lot of companies went from California to Texas. Texas got no state income tax. They're got great tax benefits for said companies, and they paid in the savings that they made from switching from California to Texas. They paid those employees more money to relocate them and increase their salary.
But it's going to be
But
hard,
you're
even
gonna-
if you. Oh, go ahead, Sophie. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, this is where workers come in. Yeah, they can relocate, but those workers have to say yes. So they're like, oh, we're relocating to another state. And all the workers said, fuck you, not. That's not going to work because, like you said, these are very particular workers
That's what I'm
doing
saying.
a very
This is,
particular
again,
thing.
going back to the labor. So to me, yes, California is making its decision, and whatever comes is going to have an effect. I'm not saying that it's not, but I think the more important factor here, because companies, if anything, in America will always find a fucking loophole to do what they want to
Oh,
do.
100%.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that this loophole is going to be they're not going to court. They're just going to pay them off.
They're going to pay it out of
settle
Yep.
out of court.
They're going to settle. We're not going to hear nothing. Nobody's going to admit to anything.
That's
and
assuming
it's
the
all,
state offers that.
and they will.
Maybe not.
the state
They
will
will.
make its money.
The state
absolutely.
well, the state actually, California has a mandate that they have to go to arbitration first.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
a lot of states have arbitration.
Yeah, exactly, because it costs money.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to. This is my thing. I say delay the next Call of Duty to next year. To all of this is or delay
And
any
they're not
Activision.
going to.
There is no
That's
fucking
not
way
gonna
the
happen.
shareholders
But
are gonna let
what
that
I'm
happen.
saying, what I'm saying is the reason why I want to delay. This is just a hypothetical. Reason why I want to delay is because I want to see what gets settled with this, so workers can go back and work on the game. Because if I don't know how long this boycott has happened. I don't know if they actually went back to work on their games or anything.
Not
Well,
boycott.
apparently all the World
A
of
walkout.
Warcraft workers
It's a walkout. Yeah.
are walking out. Yeah, but again,
Are they still out? Are they still
I don't-
having
there's
to-
next to no work being done on World of Warcraft as far the last thing that I read.
Okay.
But from again, this goes back to my point. Like the workers hold an incredible amount of power in this kind of company, and they need to realize that. Like California will probably settle out of court, and if they don't, Blizzard will probably relocate their fucking headquarters so that they will have to pay less fees in association with this. Like, there's a lot of shit that a company can do to get around a fucking headache of a legal process. It's kind of the point in starting a company. Like, it just is what it is. And
I do wonder, when will they be able to go to court? Would they go to court this year or next year
it'll
if they
probably
don't
be-
settle?
I
It's
imagine
all about
probably next year.
They're
Yeah.
going to settle.
Yeah,
'cause-
I almost guarantee they'll settle.
I mean, if
Yeah.
they don't settle, just
It would be next
hypothetically,
year.
It would be next
Because
year.
I was like, to settle, technically, they have to agree on a number. And I don't know, maybe the state of California comes up with this like outrageous, and I don't mean outrageous as in like not a warranted number, but outrageous as in like Blizzard would say
High.
it wasn't a high number. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
And, Blizzard keeps saying no. And so it's not that. So basically, there's ways to force things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
To
here's
go to
the thing,
court.
it'll be
Optics
worth
are
it
bad.
for them to pay that outrageously high
Even if it's
number.
like 2.5 times. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's the optics. The optics are terrible.
not only that,
Yeah.
it'll save them more money in the long run to
Yep.
just settle out of court than it will to set a new precedent in which they will have to adhere to. Like it doesn't make sense as a business. To-
I'd pay. I'd
Yeah,
pay personally.
exactly.
Yeah.
It just makes sense from a business to just pay whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you got to pay to get the spotlight.
I mean, you
off
make $1 billion a year off of Call of Duty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're-
Someone earlier talked about like boycotting and it affecting the workers and things like that. I said, one, if that were to happen, so let's say, company loses money and then the owners of that company keep their money by pulling from the workers. One, isn't that just going to make them look even worse
Yeah.
by
I don't
doing
think
that?
that's a concern for Bobby Kotick. He's never had an issue
It
with
is-
looking worse.
No, but it is. No, this is bad. And when he actually got a response from him, that's when you know it's bad. Because he just like sitting back and just, I mean, he's basically been the CEO for like 40 years. I mean,
Yeah.
he pulled this company out of nothing, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't, like I said, once they start losing talent,
Yeah.
that's where it hurts them. It's not their pocketbooks. Their pocketbooks, they can make money back. It's not going to hurt them to settle. It's not going to hurt them to spend money. Like, it might hurt them in that fiscal quarter, but fuck, they just write it up to like, hey, this quarter was bad because we had this bullshit, but now we're going to release an extra battle pass.
They won't pay taxes now. They don't even care. They don't even care.
It'll be
another point that you made, Dylan, was that like people just love their games and are going to play them anyways. Then there's people like me. I don't pay attention to the companies that make my games. Right. So you guys were listing off games that Activision made, and I'm like, because I played Diablo and I love Diablo. I had no idea that they made that game.
Yeah,
it's Blizzard.
Blizzard makes.
And so, like, see, when my game loads up, half the time I'm like sitting on my phone or like staring off into space, waiting for my fucking game to load.
Most people don't give a fuck about who makes their game.
They just want to play their game. They just want to play their game.
100%. So I'm like, maybe I believe in boycotting Activision.
Like last week that thought Bungie still made Halo. Like. It's
Who
not.
The fuck makes Halo?
343,
which is Microsoft.
See, I didn't know this. These are things. Aw.
Yeah. Bungie parted ways with Microsoft quite a while back.
Yeah, they make.
See, but I don't pay attention to these things, so maybe in my heart of hearts, I would have been like, "Yeah, let's boycott Activision."
And then Bungie went to Activision.
I would have fucking went out and bought a Diablo game, and not knowing that I'm giving Activision money.
Right? Yeah.
Because I don't pay attention. Even if I bought the fucking game cover, I don't know that.
A lot of people just want to play your game. I get it. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the most important factor in this has to be the employees. It has to be. Because California can do whatever they want. They can slap Blizzard on the wrist, and Blizzard can make it all go away. And that can be that. But at the end of the day, it's got to be the employees. Because it's the employees that are being affected. And they're the ones with really the power to make the change they want. Because I guarantee you,
they have the leverage. Yeah,
exactly. They have the leverage. They're the ones developing the content. They're the ones fucking putting in 80-hour work weeks to make this shit happen. They're the ones doing the crunch. Yeah. They're the ones making the programs that me and you like to play. And if all of them got together and was like, you know what, fuck this. We're tired of like the bullshit that's going on. We're not doing it anymore until we see some serious fucking change. I guarantee you that's when Blizzard would be like, all right, we got to fucking do something about this.
Figure this shit out.
Yeah. Because now all of a sudden, now they're not making money. They're not fucking making their shareholders happy.
It's a problem with gamers, though, with like boycotting. I think it's a problem with anything in boycotting. It's like, how long do you want people to go without stuff? How long are they willing to go without?
Yeah. So, guys, I have to step out. I do have to go. Thank you for having me, Larry. I love you, Zoe. I love you, Dylan. I love you, Josh. I love you, everybody at World 1-1. I love you guys. I'm sorry I had to bounce. Larry, I will get in touch with you tomorrow.
Bet. You got my number.
Yes. And just let you and Zoe know, I will be coming up there, hopefully on a Sunday. We will be going to Eva Check. We will have breakfast, and we will discuss our little Metro discussion, and then I'll head back home.
Sounds good.
So, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Peace out, homie. So, continuing on.
Like I said, I think this is just like a labor work, and the thing is like, like I said earlier, there's a lot of different like structures of power in companies. Yeah. Like Amazon, it's a lot harder to unionize in Amazon because that's a general labor job. A lot of people can fucking just come and go as they please. Like there's always going to be somebody willing to take that job. Always.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the skill set to develop video games, like, yeah, there's going to be people willing to take that job, but that doesn't mean that those people are necessarily going to be qualified to take that job.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
Go ahead. Sorry, I keep interrupting people.
Go ahead.
No,
I was gonna
you're
say,
fine,
let's
Phil.
say you have a whole team, working on the fucking next Call of Duty, and they're all like, "Fuck you, we quit." Do you really want a whole new team working on a game that they've had no time to like develop, or like
All I
only the
gotta
people
say is
working on
look
this
at-
team
But
know
they're not
what
going
the
to do
fuck's.
that.
No, they're not.
No, they have to survive too, and that's the whole thing. Like the thing with this is that they got Activision's attention when their stock dipped 10%, and they had an official like deal come out from with Bobby Kotick was talking basically on it, and I'm telling you that was vetted. The way that thing read was vetted by PR, it was vetted by the board, and probably vetted by him.
And the way, and all the, a lot of employees signed a
Yes.
petition. There was a walkout.
There was a big deal. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
big deal.
Once your employees actually, fucking start banding together, that's bad news bears for a big company. Especially if it's skilled labor.
Yeah.
If it's skilled labor, you're in a fucking bit of a pinch, especially when it's a specialized, Blizzard makes some of the best games, period. Some of the most successful games, like I said, Activision, whatever, Call of Duty, look, it's successful. I fucking, is it the same game every year? Sure. But it's successful. But
Can you come talk to my school district and tell them that when all of their skilled labor keeps leaving, y'all need to change what the fuck you're doing, because that's what's happening.
It's not just leaving though, because leaving doesn't accomplish shit. If you just
No.
leave, that
Right.
doesn't accomplish anything. Because they're like, okay, well, we have to find a new teacher. If you just leave, but if everyone leaves simultaneously,
That's the problem.
that's a fucking problem. Now we're fucked.
Right now, my district has so many people on emergency permits, and I found out that my district actually turned a qualified teacher away because they didn't want to pay her for her years. And I'm like, so it's not like teachers don't want to work in the district. They're just not willing to work with the teachers on what we need to do our jobs. But anyways, that's a whole other side conversation that could literally be a podcast in and of itself. But I just thought the premise was good.
No, but in that side, then obviously your district isn't feeling the heat. They're not feeling the crunch, right?
Right.
No, and the dumb thing is because, and it sucks when we talk about showing up, hey, we all need to show up and show out for an event. We've got a crap ton of teachers, but we'll maybe get 100 out of the whole swarm. And the dumb thing is a lot of the ones I know that want to go, they're like, I want to go, but they have kids, they have other places they need to be.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers are parents.
Well, a lot of people are also terrified of going on strike because, hey, this is my only job. This is fucking.
We're not even allowed to go on strike.
Right.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we're not
Nobody's
allowed
to go on strike. You fucking
Well,
go
I'm
on
not.
strike.
I'm not for sure because we gave that right up in my job.
Yeah.
I wish we would do again what happened. So 2 years ago now, there was a thing down in Indy where all the teachers gathered outside of the state capitol.
Side note: the post office union fucked y'all. By the way, just side note.
Well, they were actually working for they were on welfare and they were working for 40 cents an hour back in 1977 when they went on strike. So I get it what happened and why, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to get. Look, I don't give a fuck if my union says I can't go on strike. If I can get enough people, I can go on strike.
But see, that's the scary part is we talk a lot, but getting people to actually follow through.
Yeah,
on
you
it
got the
is
weekend
hard
warriors that are like, oh yeah, I'll do that shit for a day.
Yeah.
But then they don't commit, and that's the problem. Here, if these workers actually did walk out, and like Dylan's saying, they did walk out. They created a 10% loss of revenue for their company in stock.
In one couple of days,
yeah,
and they need to keep doing it. Put the pressure on, man. They need
so
to
it got a response, and then investors liked that, and the money came back.
Mm-hmm.
It was a day later.
But the response was bullshit. It didn't give any clear indication of what they were going to do, any sort of repercussions. It was just we'll try and do better, okay? By doing what? They didn't say shit.
Yeah, but now people are leaving the company. things are being said, blah blah blah. Like,
now it's kind of trickling down because like now the president left of Blizzard and now the head of HR left, and that person should have been the first one to go, because here's the problem with HR in general. HR has done a terrible job in every company, and they don't really know what they're doing anymore.
no.
And that's the problem. I mean, anybody who works in a company with HR knows what I'm talking about. They've done a terrible job at it. This kind of situation was bound to happen somewhere, sometime, whenever. Now it's all about who knew about it and why were they covering it up.
But now, so this is a key moment for the employees too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They have to keep this momentum.
Yep.
Like, otherwise it's all for fucking nothing, because
Because they'll get rid of them eventually. Because if half of them come back to work, guess what? Those other half are on the chopping block, and they'll start replacing them one at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll start with the disruptors first.
Yep.
And
Because they keep track of that shit, knowing
Oh,
who's
of course
who,
they
who's
do.
doing
for
what.
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
Keep track of that shit.
I'm telling you,
sure.
number one thing for union busting, that's what you do. You keep track of who's your problem.
Well, on a related
what they
note,
should do is they should get together, and then they need to unionize and fucking actually have a seat at the table. They need to take this momentum that they're going with and fucking make a union, because that, we're hard on unions in America for some fucking reason. Like,
we are.
But unions are great for workers.
Well, they're good and bad, like any organization.
there's some bad shit.
Like
some
any
shitty people
organization.
get fucking stuck because they're part of the union. And you can't fucking get rid of them because they're unionized. I've been there.
I deal with that too.
But
it's good
for the most
too.
part, it's good because it protects your ass if something happens.
Yeah. We have 8-hour work days. We have a 5-day work week because of unions. I mean, we wouldn't have that kind of stuff otherwise.
So on a related note too, apparently the law firm that Activision Blizzard has employed now as part of doing these, internal, business practice audits and shit, is apparently a known union buster firm.
Well, okay, Larry. So I want to push back on that a little bit, because all law firms are union busting. They're employer focused, and the reason they are is because employers can pay their salary.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of all like that. But I don't know if they're like actively union busting or what. It's a quagmire of shit in this whole thing, and we got to really see what some of these like things are coming out as, because it gets crazy fast. But I agree that it is a union, anti-union law firm, which is pretty much a law firm. I mean, there's only a few that are pro-union, really.
Yeah. Now, the impression I got from what I saw is that this is like a law firm that is known specifically for union busting.
It. Yeah.
Like it's a house specialty.
Sure.
Now, I can't confirm that definitively, but again, that was kind of the impression that the piece gave on the subject. So
yeah. And that's,
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's true, because I mean, that's where they make their money. And so that's, I've been on the receiving end of that. So I know what those law firms will do. They're $1,000 an hour lawyers. It's amazing what you can get for money if you just willing to pay. And these companies just pony up because it saves them money.
Pretty much.
Kind of great.
So, but any final thoughts on the subject? You guys want to go anywhere with this that we haven't taken it already?
That basically, I hope something comes out of this, because I know as far as like with women, this is not unique to Blizzard.
Oh no, of course.
And
not.
how crappy women are being treated. And I know women being a part of the gaming industry in and of itself is very hard. So I am hoping that something actually comes out of this so that things can get better. I just really hope that something comes out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there too. Like, it's a crappy situation all around. I don't ever wish like this kind of situation on anybody. You know, I mean, the whole thing is just is stupid. Really, I mean, it shouldn't be dealing with this stuff we are. You know, and I just hope that if they figure it out and it gets resolved and we can move forward and everything is a lot better for everybody. That's kind of my take on it.
Yeah. I think Dylan popped off for a second, but no, on this specific situation, I think there's a lot of really good like PR potential opportunity for a lot of other companies to kind of pop in and make themselves look good in the situation. Microsoft or Sony pinching Activision Blizzard for at least today, if not longer, saying, hey, we're cutting your digital distribution chain with us until you get your fucking house in order. Or even if it's for a day, going, hey, guess what? This is not okay, and you're giving the rest of us as an industry a bad name. So enjoy
awesome.
your
That'd
day
be
of
awesome.
lost profit. Fuck you to other studios or developers or publishers. Offering kind of an employment refugee program where it's like, hey, we see and hear the situation going on over there. If you're concerned for your shit, come on over. We'd like to talk to you about bringing you on, kind of thing, and sticking it to a predatory company. And I don't mean predatory in terms of its business practices in this case, but in terms of enabling just unacceptable conduct in workplace culture towards its employees, being able to stick it to them by literally yanking the rug out from their feet and grabbing up their people and saying, hey, we recognize you and the good work that you do, and we'd like to pay you to do it in a better place.
Yeah.
Dylan, you got any last thoughts you want to toss in on the subject as a whole tonight?
Yeah, I mean, don't be fucking douchebags. I think that's pretty easy. Like, look, I know these kind of dudes, like the very bro fucking gamer culture, like dudes that haven't been around a fucking woman, their entire adolescent life to college to fucking, and now they're like, oh, I know how to fucking shut up. All right, stop it. Stop being a douchebag. Like, it's not that hard to be a decent human being. It really isn't. You don't
Apparently
have to.
it is. Apparently it really is.
You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be fucking a Buddhist monk. You just be a decent dude or woman or non-binary dude. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Just be nice. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's not that fucking hard. It's not. And if you want to be treated like somebody coming around and grabbing your fucking balls, all right, maybe go home. Just go home. All right? Just go home. Think about what you want in life because it's fucked up. Reevaluate. No. So just be a decent. I'm just tired of this shit.
Yeah, just be nice. I mean, that's like, how hard is it, really?
I mean, it's not. Be that fucking. And I'm not just talking about this situation. I'm talking about. Yeah. It's not that fucking hard. It's not. I'm so sick of reading terrible shit on the internet all the fucking time. Like, just stop. Shut the fuck up. Like, I just wish, like, if I could have one wish in the world, like, if I could, like, like, you get a genie, but instead of 3 wishes, it'd be 1 wish. My 1 wish would be, like, every time somebody went to go say some dumb shit or do some dumb shit like a hand would just appear out of the fucking
Just
and
smack
just
'em.
backslap him. Just
Yeah.
no, stop.
Dude, it would work though, cause fucking like Pavlov, like you would learn. I
Yeah,
should
just-
probably not do that.
Just stop it. Stop being
You would
a
learn.
fucking
You would
douche.
learn. Cause you don't want to get backhanded just out of
Nobody
fucking
wants
nowhere.
to get backhanded.
No.
Nobody wants to get backhanded. All right. Look, does that pertain to this? Yes, but it's also an overall thing. I think the people just need to learn, like, that they live in a world that other people exist in, and it's not that fucking hard to just treat your fellow human beings with an ounce of fucking dignity. All right, and respect. All right, we all share this planet. We all got our own fucked up shit that we like, okay, and do. Keep that shit to yourself or other people that like it with you. All right, and fuck off. Just fuck off. It's fine.
All
That's
right.
it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's your second one tonight.
It's been a while since I've been here. I got some shit to say.
Guaranteed that first TED Talk is in pre-roll this week. I'm telling you right now. So, all right. Well, I say, Zoe, last thoughts.
I already added mine in. I was
That's what I
first.
thought. Sorry, my brain's going round and round, but so yeah, we'll wrap there for this week. Want to say thank you to all my friends, Dylan and Zoe and Josh, for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you all for taking some time out of your day to give us a listen. Hopefully, we gave you some things to kind of contemplate a little bit.
Don't
We
be a douchebag.
yeah. We try and elevate the discourse in a meaningful way while not being too serious. So with that said, we'll close this sumbitch out, and we'll check y'all later. So everybody say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
All right.
Good night.
Peace.